You heard your brother testify that when you were quite small, probably around 5, he did something to you.
Yes.
How did you feel about him when those things were going on?
I didn't like him. I didn't like him at all. I didn't want those things to happen.
Were there other things that he was encouraged to do to you by your father that made you not like him also?
Yes. When Lyle and I were roughhousing, he would tell Lyle where he should grab my joint so that it hurt most, where he should hit me, different things like that.
Did Lyle hit you and grab you when you were little?
Yes.
Was he your favorite person during those years?
He wasn't my favorite person.
Did he eventually become your favorite person in the family?
Yes.
Did your relationship with him over the years change?
Yes. I resented Lyle for a few years because of the things that he had done to me. And once the things with Dad started to happen, then I felt real guilty about that.
I take it you mean the sexual things with your father were happening?
Yes.
Why did you feel guilty about resenting Lyle?
Because I thought that this was supposed to be natural when my dad explained to me why it was supposed to be, and Lyle didn't explain to me any of those things.
By the time you were 11 or 12, did you feel that your brother was your friend?
Yes. My relationship with my brother began to change. When I was 8 and 9, he was starting to protect me a lot from other kids, and I was still weary about the relationship. Just because Lyle and I would roughhouse a lot together, and he would pick on me a lot as the younger brother, and Dad would egg him on, and I sort of looked at Dad and Lyle as the same when I was real young.
By the time you're 11 or 12, that's changed?
Yeah, because he would do things for me, like at school or at different places.
Can you remember the first time it occurred to you that your brother was on your side with respect to your parents?
Yes, that was when I was 11. There was a house being built down the street, and my parents had left the house. And so I went outside just to kick around the soccer ball with Velvet, my dog. I heard some noises coming, and so I went down the street to see who it was, and it was Brendan, a kid that I knew. And he was playing with 2 other girls inside the house. The police showed up almost as soon as I got there, and I, not being aware of the situation, didn't get out of the house quick enough. But I ran because I was scared, and the police got Brendan and I and asked us where we lived. And I told them where I lived. The police was going to go talk to my parents. I hid out in the forest. I heard the policeman saying to Lyle that a little kid like me at the time should not be in this house because there could be, he said, hobos and bums at the time. And I was just so afraid that Lyle was going to tell Mom and Dad. I was sure of it. And I figured that he had to. So I didn't say anything to Lyle, and Lyle didn't say anything to me. And I wrote out a big, long entry in my journal and left it on the table so that my parents would see it before they got really angry at me and understand the situation. Just pretending it was my diary, but leaving it open on the table. I knew my mom would snoop and read and understand what happened before Lyle told Mom and Dad what happened, so that I wouldn't get punished as bad. Lyle never told Mom and Dad. I began to realize that Lyle was on my side.
Did you feel from 11 on that he was a good brother to you?
Yes.